treachery, backstabbing, murder. Emmy-winning The Traitors is back for an all-new season.
Here we go again.
Join me for the ultimate game of survival, where making it to the end is a matter of life and death.
This game is torturous.
I can feel my blood pressure rise.
If you carry on with that cocky attitude, you might get yourself in trouble.
Oh, I've missed this.
The Traitors, streaming January the 9th, only on Peacock.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to pass off some ideas to Sony, more so the PlayStation team, because I feel that the PlayStation 5 could be a much more better console. And if they're already talking about a PlayStation 6, then I'm like, okay, maybe have it for the PlayStation 6. Either have it where these ideas come out now, or they come out for the PlayStation 6. But I just find it very pointless to go out, buy a $500 console, and you're not able to have... Because when I think of, probably in my opinion, one of the greatest consoles of all time, it would definitely be between the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3. I say the PlayStation 2 because there were so many different good games that came out during that time. And I'm saying, I feel like that's what you overall need for the PlayStation 5. You need the most amount of games possible. Now, I'm not saying that PlayStation, they need to, Sony needs to come out with more video games, but maybe have that as an option where there are developers like, if you hire developers from popular video games to work on a PlayStation version of that said game, or even if they do want to just do an all-around console version where it's for the PlayStation and the Xbox regardless, that's something that should happen, because I'm saying, PlayStation 2 era, there was never a time where I wasn't getting a video game when I went to the store. Somehow, some way, I'm telling you right now, I was one of those kids where I somehow, some way managed to leave a Target, a Walmart, a Best Buy. I was definitely leaving with a video game, or at some point in time, I was going to acquire that video game. But yeah, overall though, it's like with the PlayStation 2, it just had like a wide variety of games. So I'm like, maybe that could be an option. Because when you go into a GameStop's, that's like the ultimate game spot right there, right? You go to a GameStop's, but even if you go to a Walmart, you could go to a Best Buy, you could go to a Target, you could go to any store that sells video games. And I'm like, fam, there is not a big selection when it comes to PlayStation 5 games. Now I'm saying you guys do have that subscription service, PlayStation Plus, and I was like, I was gonna get into a idea more so with not so much with PlayStation Plus, more so with the PlayStation 5s, but I would consider that, start adding some old games. But that's the thing though with that, because they do have that option where you can play PlayStation 3 games, but you have to stream them. And I'm not trying to stream a video game, bro. I tried that on my Xbox, and yeah, the connection it's not as good. And that's why I'm like, fam, you guys, look, if you're going to have that option on PlayStation 5s, you need to have it where we can download the games. So that's something that I would definitely recommend changing. But yeah, add like some PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, add them games, add that series of video games onto PlayStation Plus. But don't have it where we can stream it. Have it where we can actually download them games. So that's probably one thing, because that's one thing that Xbox does, is that they don't have it where you can stream a video game if you wanted to through their cloud gaming. But yeah, if there's an Xbox 360, of course all the Xbox One games is going to work on the Xbox Series X, but yeah, they're old consoles, Xbox and Xbox 360, you don't have to stream those games. You can download those games to your console. So that's why I'm like, fam, I have the space, I know I can download this game, just have it where that's an option, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with Sony. I'm like, that's something where I'm like, you guys should have been doing that as soon as the PlayStation 5s came out. But I guess not. If not that, then this is my next idea. Have it where we don't need to stream the game. We could just, if we have the disc version of the video game, because again, Xbox does this. If I have the disc version of the video game, fam, allow it to where we can play all PlayStation 1 games, all PlayStation 2 games, all PlayStation 3 games. If there's no support for a PlayStation 4 game, add that too. And then of course, you know, yeah, we all are going to be able to play a PlayStation 5 game. But I'm like, fam, for the PlayStation 3, and that's why I was saying that PlayStation 3, the OG PlayStation 3, like the very first PlayStation 3 that they released, that, in my opinion, is probably the best console of all time, because the PlayStation 3 was capable of playing all PlayStation 1 games and all PlayStation 2 games on top of course, the PlayStation 3 games. And that was something where I was like, I didn't realize how much of a benefit that was for the console, but now that's my standard when it comes to a console. I have to be able to play every single game that has came out in the series of consoles that company has released. And I'm like, that's even something that I see with Xbox, where I'm like, that's something that they could do too, because they do have it where you can play some Xbox 360 games and some Xbox games, but I'm like, fam, no, it needs to be all of them, not just some of them, all of them. Because to me, it's like, the thing is this, with gaming today, you got a lot of video games where the developers don't care, and they want to release half of a video game, but take all of our money. And my thing is this, there's a bunch of different video games that I done bought throughout this year, or past year, from this retro game store, where they got nothing but classics. I'm like, the thing is this, every time when I've went to this retro game store, I have left with a video game. There has never been a time where I have walked in there and have not left with a video game. And every game that I done got from them, I'm saying, like, I done got Tony Hawk American Wasteland, I done got NBA Street Volume 2, True Crime Streets of LA and New York. What are some other games? I just recently got Monster Jam Maximum Destruction, The Herbs, Sims in the City. I could have just got that off my sister for free. I forgot that she has like all the Sims games. But anyways, The Godfather, SmackDown, the very first SmackDown versus Raw. What are some other games I done got? Driver, the BioShock series. Well, I think you can play the BioShock games, but I just recently picked up Star Wars, The Force Unleashed 1 and 2, and I'm telling you, I think, yeah, those games you can play off of the new consoles. But I'm saying though, like, there's the one game that I had just recently got, it's a racing game called Juiced. And I can't play that off of the new console. Why, I don't know. But overall, though, I'm like, I had to like check again. But when I last checked, they didn't have like no support for it. And then I was like reading that online with Xbox, where it's like their backwards compatible, I think thing, whatever they were calling it. But it's over. It was pretty much a program, and now it's over with. And I'm like, no, that's not something that should be a program. That should be a whole feature on consoles. Because to me, it just don't even make any sense. What was the point of even buying these games if at some point in time, like eventually every single Xbox 360 and PlayStation, OG Xbox and OG, or the PlayStation, what am I trying to say? The original Xbox 360, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. Then eventually, the Xbox Ones and the PlayStation 4s, all those consoles eventually are going to go out. Now, my thing is this. It would make so much sense if these, because I think I did look that up online, where they said that as long as like the disc isn't scratched up or anything, like a game can work pretty much forever. And I'm like, but that's the thing though, with a console, it's like eventually, it's no different than a car. Eventually, things are going to start going out. And then there ain't gonna be stores around to be able to fix it. I feel like there's probably very few stores around me that will be able to fix an Xbox. And I know Microsoft ain't gonna be all like, oh, well, if you send your Xbox in for a fee, yeah, we'll fix it. I'm not trying to pay no fee to fix or to have something fixed that I bought. So that's why I'm like, nah, bruh. What you guys need to do is come out with an update where it allows all Xbox games, and this is for Xbox too, but more so talking to PlayStation and Sony and stuff. But you need to have it where all games are compatible with the new consoles. Because to me, that just doesn't even. Because I was talking with, to a friend of mine's today about like just the like where consoles are at right now, and both me and him has said that we're most likely after these consoles, like if they're, because my thing is this, like at least I'm gonna see what the next consoles are about, you know. So when they do decide to come out with a PlayStation 6 and an Xbox, whatever the name is gonna be, my thing is this, all right. If this ain't a console worth buying, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, them gonna be my last consoles. I'm not even gonna fool around with them, because I'm like, my thing is this. I go out and I buy these consoles. I'm expecting to have a good time with them. And don't get me wrong, like, yeah, there are some new games today that have came out where I'm like, yes, this is a good game. Like 2 PlayStation 5 games I can think of, Rise of the Ronin and Spider-Man. And I'm like, them games, I'm like, yeah, those are good games, you know? But overall, though, I'm like, fam, it's like there's other PlayStation 5 games that I done got where I did not enjoy them. And I'm like, bro, like the one game, Black Myth Wukong. And I'm like, that's a video game where I know people are going to say all nothing but good things about that game, but I didn't enjoy that game. If I could, I would definitely try to get my money back. Also, speaking of, you know, when it talks on getting refunds and stuff for a video game, that is the #1 priority that needs to be on your guys' list, is changing your guys' refund policy. Because, so, talking on that video game, Black Myth Wukong, I did not enjoy it at all. At all. Yeah, they make it seem like, oh, it's going to be a walk in the park when you're playing it at first, like through the tutorial and stuff. Because, yeah, you get through that first guy, and then ain't no problem about it. Then you go a little bit further along, and then it's like, then it ends up being a situation where I'm getting killed every single time where I go up against. Because it was like that giant, like, baby, like, enemy that gets to crying and stuff when you done hit him and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, why would I want to play a game where I can't even progress through it? I'm saying, like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, fam, you honestly have to sit down and think about that. Nobody, no normal person is not going to want to go through some crap like that. Now, I get it. If you're a fan of Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Black Myth Wukong, games like that, where it's like you like that challenge, okay, that's on you. Kudos to you, bruh. But me, I don't like that. I don't like to be able to, or, you know, being involved in a video game where it's like I can't even progress through it. Because it's like, imagine if Spider-Man was like that, where it's like you couldn't be able to progress through the game because, oh, you're going up against, that giant Sandman in the beginning of the game. They was just like, oh, no, they have a difficulty settings. So if you trying to have an easy experience, cool. But it's like, it just seems like, no, it's like you got developers out there where they are like, we don't care if you want an easy experience. We just want your money and that's it. And we're going to put out the bare minimum of this video game. And that's all that's what you just going to have to deal with. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, I haven't touched Black Myth Wukong ever since. That's a video game where I'm like, if I could, I would definitely try to get my money back for that game. But there are other games I done bought where it's like, them games are not even in production anymore. And I'm just sitting down stuck with them. And I'm like, fam, like, there's games that I have on my console where I can't even play them. Like, there's like a thing where it blocks me from even downloading the game. So I'm like, fam, my thing is this, if that's the case, then there should definitely, and I mean immediately, should be a refund policy on PlayStation 5s. Because that, to me, I go and I try to get my money back for Black Myth Wukong after I realized, I was like, nah, I'm not even going to fool with this game no more. I should have known that something wasn't right with it when I remember I tried playing it on PC and the game had crashed on me. So I was all like, nah, bruh, I should definitely try to get my money back for this game. So overall, though, I try to get my money back, and PlayStation, theirs all like, nah, since you already started up the game, you can't get your money back. So that's their policy. The thing is this, if you don't touch the game, then you can get your money back within that 2 hour and 2 week. Well, the 2 hour thing, it doesn't even exist. But you overall can get your money back, I think, within 2 weeks. But as soon as you start up the game, that's when you're no longer allowed to get your money back. So even if it's on some stuff where it's all like, let's say you start the game up and you're in the pause menu, you don't even actually get into the gameplay portion of the game, you just start the game up. But then you hear something about the development like, oh, they didn't pay their workers or anything. So you're all like, oh, no, I'm not going to support this game. I'm just going to go ahead and get my money back. Even though you hadn't even went into a level of the game, I mean, the first second as you start up this game, you are no longer allowed to get your money back. So my thing is this, how am I supposed to experience if there ain't no demo? And I know that if they were to do that, if they were to come out with a demo, it will probably be that tutorial thing that they have you go through in the beginning of the game. But it ain't going to be like the hardest enemy or whatever. Or it's like they're not going to have it where it's like this trial that you can go through to play the game. If they did, I definitely would have played that before I actually sat down and bought the game. But I don't think, at least that I don't remember them having no trial for that game. Hold on for a second. Let me see real quick. if they do. Because if they do, then I'm like, then yeah, if you guys do think about getting Black Myth Wukong, then yeah, go and try the trial first. I'm telling you, man, it's like I don't like Google no more, because it's like it's just taking way too long to just search up stuff, typing up things, and it's like it act like I'm not even like typing fast enough. It's like, dang, bro, it's like be faster. No, they don't. I don't think they have like no trial gets 2 hour. Wait a minute, does it have a trial? Subscribe, plays to play. Wow, now the game has a trial. I swear, man. And when did this trial come out? Because I know I had this game long before they did this trial thing. Google, go back. Dang, bruh. It should not take that long just to do some stuff. November of last year, or that's crazy. And it's like that should have been so that should needs to be the next thing that you guys need to work on doing, having it where as soon as a game comes out, a trial comes out, so at least then I could have avoided buying that game. I'm like, you guys definitely need more games on PlayStation Plus. You need more games compatible with PlayStation 5s. You definitely need a better refund policy, and you need to have it where games as soon as they come out have a trial. But I'm like, that to me, that's crazy. I think that's just how it needs to be for all games. They all need to have some sort of demo or trials. So I'm not like a 5 hour, because I know it's going to take me longer than 2 hours to play the game. So I think all video games, and that goes for Xbox too, where they need to have like a 5 hour trial or even a 2 hour trial. So at least then it's like, okay, I'm not just stuck with a video game and things. So, but anyways, yeah, I think, well, I'm trying to think of some other stuff that I can think of with PlayStation 5s. Other than that, I mean, the console is alright, but I just think that, yeah, you know, they need to, all the stuff that I talked on, those are things that they need to consider adding into the console, because I just feel like that we overall got a PlayStation 5, like a console that's capable of playing PlayStation 5 games. Eventually, it is going to get to a point where PlayStation 4 games ain't going to be, I can honestly see Sony doing some stuff like that, where they were like, oh, starting today, PlayStation 4 games are no longer going to be compatible anymore. Like, you will have to buy a PlayStation 4 in order to play these games. And I'm like, now I'm going to have to go out and try to find the store go to that retro game store and see if they have a PlayStation 4 in stock. And that's like, bro, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm trying to have it where it's like whatever console I got, I'm able to play the games off of it. That's like having it where, because I think Blu-ray, I'm trying to think, can Blu-ray players can play DVD movies? Can Blu-ray players play DVD? Regular DVDs? Yes, I'm like, so that's the funny thing is, it's like Blu-ray, that was it's a disc player that's only meant for Blu-rays, but it's like they still had that capability of playing DVD movies and stuff. So I'm like, and that it wasn't even like how it is with like Xbox, where it's like, you know, it's a thing like you can play any DVD movie on a Blu-ray player. So that's why you would think they would be like that for Xbox or a PlayStation, but yeah, it's like you just got people out there where it's all like, you know, it's crazy how it's like it's the gamer that's thinking of that stuff. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me I want more for a gamer than the people that are literally specialists? You guys specialize in these things. And you mean to tell me the gamer wants more opportunities and options for the gamers out there? That to me, I'm like, because I'm telling you right now, if I worked for Sony or Microsoft, those were things I would be recommending that stuff every single day. And I'm like, and it was a couple of days ago, I went past the Microsoft, it was a Microsoft place in Bellevue, and I'm like, if that was the headquarters, then I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna definitely try to, I should do that, work on getting a job there. So I'm like, okay, Microsoft, Sony, whoever, maybe if they see Microsoft doing it, then Sony might mess around and do it. Because I'm like, to me, it just don't even make no sense where it's like this console is out, and this should be the best console on the line. It should be able to play whatever game, PlayStation game you got, and you should be able to have the most amount of fun with it. But it just seems like, yeah, it's just they come out with stuff, and I'm like, bruh, what was the reason? You know, it's like, honestly, though, like, what was the reason of coming out with a PlayStation? Because it's like, you guys could have just very well continued on doing stuff for the PlayStation 4, and it could have just been left at that. But it's like, I don't know. Let's just overall see what the future holds for it, but I just don't see it being a bright future. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.